Hi, hello my dear children. I hope all of you are staying safe. In this session, we are going to start a new chapter. Chapter number 6, Triangles. First, let us have a small recap about the triangles, what you have studied in earlier classes. Okay, first, we'll have a recap about polygons. What are polygons? Poly means many, gons means sides. So this meaning what? This meaning. You can split it into two and means sides. What are these sides? These sides are formed by line segments. Okay? And so from this, what you have come to a conclusion? They are closed figures. They are not open figures. You can draw a three-sided figure like this, a four-sided figure like this. Isn't it, children? So they are all open figures. But what are polygons? They are simple closed figures with many sides. They are simple closed figures with many sides, and these sides are nothing but the line segments. Isn't it, children? And when you take the polygons, you have three-sided, four-sided, five-sided like that. We cannot draw a closed figure using two line segments. Either you can draw them intersecting or parallel. Isn't it, children? So you need minimum three sides to draw a polygon. So three-sided figure is called as triangle, four-sided figure is called as quadrilateral, five-sided figure is called pentagon. Like that you have hexagon, heptagon, octagon, nonagon. Like that you have decagon. Like that you have names for special names for the polygons. Among all the polygons, you have studied elaborately about triangles and quadrilaterals. Isn't it, children? You have studied about the properties of triangles from earlier classes. And among all the properties of the triangles, quadrilaterals and all the closed figures, polygons, one important property you have studied in 9th standard. What is that property? First, let us have a recap about that. Okay, so that property, I'll just recall. Now, we have two hands. What I am going to do, I am going to keep the right hand on the left hand. Superimpose. For this, mathematically, we will say superimpose. So, what do you observe from this? From this, what do you have observed, children? They are coinciding exactly. There is no gap. Isn't it, children? So, these two hands are said to be congruent. Okay? When you take these two circles, I am going to superimpose one circle on the other. What do you observe? They are exactly coinciding. Okay? In the same way, when I take these two squares, I am going to keep one on the other. So they are exactly coinciding. Isn't it, children? The triangles. They are exactly coinciding. So this special property is called what? Congruent property. Congruency. Congruent figures. These figures are called congruent figures. What is the meaning of congruent figures? When you say two figures are congruent, when they have the same shape and same size. Isn't it, children? You have studied about this congruent property in 9th standard elaborately. And the conditions for two triangles to be congruent also. Isn't it, children? So what is the meaning of congruent property? or congruent figures? They have the same shape and same size. Figures, 2D figures. 2D means two-dimensional figures. Okay, so these figures have the same shape and same size. Okay, now, so you have recalled what is the meaning of congruent property. Okay, and the conditions already you have studied. We are not going to use in this, so we'll just move to the next important property of the 2D figures, that is two-dimensional figures or polygons. What is that? We'll see. Now, you compare your hand and your father's hand or mother's hand or brother's hand. What do you observe from that? And in the same way, you observe these two circles. What do you observe from this? In the same way, you take these two figures. These is also a polygon. What do you observe from this? And you compare these two figures also. What do you observe? See here, this is an equilateral triangle, this is an equilateral triangle. Okay, if you take, this is a square, this is also a square. And if you take this is a circle and this is also circle. Isn't it, children? So what do you observe from these things? They have the, come on say, yeah, they have the same shape. Isn't it? Circle, circle. Square, square. Equilateral triangle, equilateral triangle. They have the same shape. But what is the difference? They do not have the same size. Isn't it, children? If you take your hand and your father's hand also, they have the same shape. But the size is not the same. Isn't it? So what is the special name for this property? When two figures have the same shape but not size. But not same size. So what is the special property? What is the name for this special property? In mathematics we will say the two figures are similar. Okay. So these two equilateral triangles are similar. And in the same way, these two circles are similar. In the same way, these two squares are similar. And these two circles are similar. Okay, you understood? So, but what's the difference? One is big one square is big, one square is small. One circle is big, one circle is small. One equilateral triangle is big, the other one is small. Okay, so this is called as the similarity. Similar figures. Similarity property. Have you understood, children? So, first property you have studied about congruent property. Congruent figures. Now you are going to discuss in this chapter about similar figures. Okay, children? So what are similar figures? Similar figures have the same shape. They have same shape, but not same size. So have you understood the difference between the congruent figures and the similar figures? Congruent figures have same shape and size, but similar figures, they have same shape but not size. Have you understood, children? Now, when you take these two congruent figures, you can say they are congruent as well as similar. Okay, but when you take these two similar figures, they are only similar but not congruent. Okay, so congruent shapes are similar shapes, but similar shapes are not congruent. Okay, because when you keep these two together, the one on the other, they are exactly coinciding. When you are superimposing these two figures, they are coinciding. Okay, so they are congruent, and you can say they are similar also, but these two figures, they are similar but not congruent. Have you understood the relation between the similarity and congruence? So, congruent to similar is possible. Okay, but similar to congruent is not possible. Okay, so congruent figures are similar figures, but similar figures are not congruent figures. Have you understood? Now, let us move to the next point. So, first point we have recalled about congruent figures. Then we have introduced, that is, I have introduced you to the similar figures. Then you have studied the relation between the congruent figures and the similar figures. Now, next, let us move to the next one. See these two figures. This is a rectangle and this is a rectangle. Isn't it, children? They are not congruent. Because if you keep superimpose one on the another, they are not exactly coinciding. They don't have the same shape. This is longer rectangle. This is not longer. It's just a somewhat like square shape. Because here the difference between the length and breadth, that is the longer side and the shorter side, is very less. Okay, children? Here it is 20, here it is 17, only 3 centimeter difference. But when you take this rectangle, the difference between the longer side and the shorter side is more. It is 25 centimeter, it is 17 centimeter. Okay, when you compare the difference between the length and breadth, when you compare the difference between the length and breadth of these two figures, this is very small and this is big. Have you understood, children? Therefore, these two figures are not congruent or not similar. So you may think they are rectangles. All the angles are 90 degrees. Then why they are not similar? So for the similarity property, the polygon should satisfy some important conditions. 2 conditions they should satisfy. Okay, so let us discuss about those 2 conditions in the next session. Have you understood, children? So I think you may have understood the meaning of the congruency and similarity properties. Thank you, children. God bless you all.